employees and our customers are safe and healthy.
Our retirement plan with Voya gives us confidence.
Yeah, they help us with achievable steps along the way, so we can spend a bit now, knowing we're prepared for the future. Oh,
surprise!
We renovated the guest room, so you can live with us.
Oh, well, I'm good at my condo.
Oh.
I love her condo.
Nana throws the best parties. Well planned, well invested, well protected.
Voya. Be confident to and through retirement.
When we face adversity, we find a way through it. It's about taking care of each other. It's the small parts that make a big difference. At Chevy, we promise to do ours. We're offering current Chevy owners OnStar Crisis Assist services and complimentary Wi-Fi data. If you need a new vehicle, we have leases available on select 2020 models where you can practically sign and drive. You may even shop online and take delivery at home where available. It's just our way of doing our part.
Hi, this is John Walsh. How do you get help if you can't leave your house and your family can't be with you? With a Jitterbug cell phone, one touch connects you to highly trained 5-star agents. They'll send you the help you need or get a doctor or nurse on the line. Call as often as you like, day or night. And with the Link app, family members will get an alert right on their smartphones that you've contacted 5-star.
Now more affordable with 50% off at Best Buy, Amazon, and GreatCall.com. Also at Rite Aid.
Download the Channel 3000 First Warn Weather app today.
Right now, we're following the Supreme Court case on Governor Evers' safer at home order. What he says could be next for the state if the court rules against him.
Tourist season should be well underway, but because of the pandemic, hotels are empty. Pub resorts in the Dells are planning for the future.
And we have mild conditions in the forecast today, but it does turn cooler as we head towards the weekend. I'll tell you when you need to protect those sensitive plants in just a few minutes.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Thursday, May 7th. I'm Josh Breiter with Leah Linscheid and Chris Stanford. We're looking into new numbers this morning showing how many people have been ticketed for violating Wisconsin's safer at home order. The State Journal says the city of Madison has issued 57 warning letters to people and businesses who may have violated it. Most of those warning letters stem from parties and other large gatherings near the UW campus in the last month. Police have also written 6 tickets for ordering violations. Those tickets carry fines of $376. I'm also continuing to follow the state Supreme Court this morning as we wait for a decision on the lawsuit challenging the safer at home order, which could come as soon as today. Ahead of that ruling, we're hearing from the governor on what would be next if the order was thrown out by the court.
We have contingency plans to think through. We had a meeting just this morning. But at the end of the day, if safer at home is disposed of, there's very few executive things that can be done.
The state legislature filed a lawsuit arguing the State Department of Health Services Secretary designee did not have the authority in extending the order to May 26th. If the court sides with the legislature, they've been asked to grant a 6-day period to allow lawmakers to work with the DHS and Governor Evers on a new order.
The IRS wants stimulus money accidentally sent to people who have died to be returned. The IRS used tax returns from the past 2 years to determine eligibility for those payments, but some of the recipients have since died. It was previously thought surviving family members might be able to keep that money, but the IRS is now asking for it back. You can figure out how to do that on the agency's website. There's a new poll out this morning that shows a majority of Americans are worried about ending social distancing too soon. 70% of responders say they felt the move would be more dangerous in the long run. 59% say they were more concerned with ending social distancing too quickly rather than it lasting too long. In southern states like Florida and Georgia, where social distancing is already coming to an end, the level of concern has jumped 13 points from a previous poll asking the same question.
The Madison community is showing support for UW healthcare workers, and the hospital wants to say thank you to everyone who's donated through its Healthcare Heroes programs.
The outpouring of support and the donations from the community have been absolutely overwhelming in a very wonderful way. I think as nurses, there is so much reward that we get from our patients and our families, but to have this additional level from the community is really very, very special.
And listen to this. So far, people have donated 7,300 meals since mid-April. Businesses have also stepped up. The community's also donated more than $15,000 in gift cards. The hospital says it all goes straight to hospital staff. If you'd like to help out the staff at UW Health, you can donate to their COVID-19 response fund. And you can find a link to do so right now on my Facebook page. A new bill would help healthcare workers by forgiving their student loan debt. Democratic Representative Carolyn Maloney of New York introduced that bill yesterday. She's calling it the Student Loan Forgiveness for Frontline Healthcare Workers Act. It would relieve both private and federal student loan obligations for any healthcare workers involved in the COVID-19 response.
President Trump says he's still pushing for the Supreme Court to shoot down the Affordable Care Act, even as Attorney General William Barr has asked for the White House to loosen up on the issue. The president insists, though, it needs to be fully repealed.
We're not doing anything. In other words, we're staying with the group, with Texas and the group. But just so you understand, Obamacare is a disaster, but we've run it very well. And we've made it barely acceptable.
The group he's talking about is a number of Republican states with a lawsuit against the ACA. The Supreme Court will take up that case this fall. Meanwhile, Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg is back home this morning after a short stay at Johns Hopkins Hospital. Ginsburg checked in earlier this week for a minor procedure on her gallbladder. That didn't stop her from working, though. While she was in the hospital, the justice took part in oral arguments over the phone in a case involving the ACA's contraceptive mandate.
6:04 right now. We've been warning you all week, and now Hattie's got more details about that alert day in the forecast. It's knocking on our doorsteps.
It certainly is, and confidence, Josh, is increasing that we are going to see some pretty freezing conditions across the area. So alert day continues for Saturday morning. Definitely looking at widespread frost and then again that hard freeze in some spots. Freeze watches are already starting to be posted. None yet for southern Wisconsin, but for parts of west central Wisconsin up by the Eau Claire area, and then for the surrounding counties across Iowa and Illinois. Already some freeze watches in effect for Friday night into Saturday morning. Here's a look at our low temperature trend, and we are decidedly cold, unseasonably cold, especially Friday night into Saturday morning with lows dropping to 29. Normal lows this time of the year are in the 40s. Looks like we're at risk for frosty conditions even into the first part of next week. So don't forget, once we get through the weekend, you still need to protect those sensitive plants going into next week. By late in the week, things get a little better and more typical. Frost advisories are still in effect for another hour or so for 2 counties in the north, Juneau and Adams counties. That goes until 7 o'clock this morning. Still 32 in Camp Douglas. The Dells now dropping to 38. We're down a degree here in Madison to 44 degrees. So a little bit warmer as you head into far southern Wisconsin. Here's a look at our weather track, which is satellite and radar combined. Just not a whole lot to show you on this map this morning. Skies are completely clear. Enjoy the sunshine early on because clouds are expected to move in from the west as another storm system approaches. By lunchtime today, though, it'll still feel pretty nice outside with temperatures well into the 50s. Our highs today should be in the low 60s in most spots, maybe north of Dane County, a little bit cooler with highs in the 50s there. As that storm system passes by to our south and west, you'll see just a slight chance for a few showers to maybe work their way into far southwestern Wisconsin this evening. That's about it, though, for rain chances for the next couple of days. Skies will then clear overnight, setting us up for a cooler start tomorrow morning. Our forecast low tonight is 32 degrees, so start covering up those sensitive plants and then keep those procedures in place through the weekend right into next week. Temperatures moderate a little after a pretty chilly day tomorrow. We're talking highs only in the mid to upper 40s. That's pretty close to the normal low for this time of the year.
I was going to say a low of 29 cannot be normal. Is it, Hattie?
No, that is unseasonably cold.
Okay, noted. Thank you very much. 6:07 now. Tourism brings in more than $1.2 billion to the Dells each year. And May, as we start to see sunrises like this, is typically the start of peak season at the Wilderness Resort.
It has more than 1,000 rooms, but like many resorts, all those rooms are empty right now. The resort's chief operating officer says reservations are down by 95%. He says families interested in booking trips will receive a refund, a full one, if the resort has to remain closed because of the safer at home order. Now, in the past 7 weeks, most of the resort staff has been laid off, and management says they're not sure when they'll be able to reopen and rehire those workers. Coming up in our next half hour, we'll tell you what the Wilderness and other resorts in the Dells are proposing to allow them to safely reopen. Independent bookstores, meantime, are also looking for ways to keep their businesses alive. The American Booksellers Association says overall book sales are down right now. Online sales, though, are increasing. Independent bookstores who rely on in-store browsing are struggling.
We know that we want bookstores around, but there's no way to ignore the gutting of our industry as much as every other industry.
To keep people shopping, many bookstores are holding virtual author chats. They shipped out literary programs, and a lot of them have started GoFundMe accounts.
Take a listen to this. Local restaurants say those third-party delivery services we're all using, they're actually hurting their business. The CEO of the Wisconsin Restaurant Association says there have been multiple instances of third-party delivery services taking old menus and listing them on their website with outdated prices. When they go to pick up the order, the restaurant has no idea what they're delivering for someone, and they also end up getting shortchanged. That's because there's no contractual agreement between the restaurant and the service to lay out how much of the money the restaurant actually gets to keep.
You might think that you are supporting your local restaurant. Hey, we're going to order delivery. We're going to get it delivered to our house, and it's not necessarily supporting them because sometimes the dollars that the restaurant is given doesn't even cover their expenses.
Okay, so I think all of us are trying to help out our local businesses right now. Here's how you can do that. It is best to just call these restaurants directly. Tell them you want their food and want to know what delivery option will support their business the most.
It's fascinating information. I hadn't thought about it like that before.
No.
But greenhouses across the state are still open under the governor's safer at home order and are finding some unique ways to serve their customers.
We've just really tried to find a different way to engage those types of people so that they can still have that wonderful spring and the beautiful colors that they would have gotten and come and selected from us just in a different way.
Now, Green Bay Floral here is doing what a lot of grocery stores are doing. They have a glass barrier set up in front of the register. They recommend that you wear necessary protective equipment and maintain social distancing. And they're also looking to avoid, and if you are looking for a way to avoid going into stores like this altogether, this one here does have options including no contact pickup, delivery, and personal shoppers.
Speaking of flowers, Lowe's is partnering up with Uber this morning to help deliver bouquets to mothers this weekend who can't spend their day with loved ones. The home improvement chain is donating $1 million worth of flower baskets to 500 nursing homes in some of the hardest hit cities across the country. Those include New York, Seattle, Chicago, Boston, Houston, and Miami. A great idea there.
Let's take a look at the roads right now. At 6:10 this morning, we are seeing a few delays popping up along East Washington Avenue and also from Stoughton Road from the Beltline all the way up to East Washington this morning. No crashes to report right now. That earlier crash in Sun Prairie has been cleared. Closer look at your drive times right now. Everything in the green. 25 minutes from Janesville to the Beltline. Still ahead for us, why one company's failure to meet a deadline means a big refund for California.
And we'll tell you how some of the country's top online retailers are banding together to help out the United Postal Service.
6:11. Don't go anywhere. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
Through all the world events since 1936, Culligan Water has continued to provide better, safer water with our filtration systems for homes and businesses. These days, as a designated essential business, Culligan's water professionals are standing by, ready to help.
Govan Cars is having a huge markdown sale where you can buy a new body style 2018 Chevy Equinox starting at only $13,995 or $219 per month. That's right, Govan Cars has 2018 Chevy Equinoxes starting at $13,995 or $219 per month, all with remaining factory warranty. So just come on in and visit our family-owned and operated business for over 50 years and ask for Crystal the Pistol Govan. Go to Govan Cars East or West.
You gotta go to Govan, GovanCars.com.
Duracell Optimum will be right where you need them today, tomorrow, the day after that, and the day after that, day after day. Packaging designed to make storage easier. Duracell Optimum.
I'm Joanne Jenkins with AARP. The coronavirus continues to affect us all, and we are here actively supporting you and your community. Every day, we're providing trusted information from top health experts, sharing tools to help protect families from fraud, and creating resources to support family caregivers everywhere. As always, you can count on AARP to advocate for you and your family. Join us and stay connected at aarp.org/coronavirus.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. And with great deals available, there's never been a better time to buy at your local dealership. To find the dealer near you, visit CubCadetDealers.com.
We're back.
We got our to-go food.
Oh, good. What a treat after a long week and no cleanup.
When you can't dine in, then get it to go and support our restaurants during Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week to Go. 2 weeks of fabulous to-go menus you'll love. Visit MadisonMagazine.com for details and menus. Restaurant Week to Go, presented by Kesnick's. Food service design, equipment, and supplies.
I guess there is still cleanup to do.
Welcome back at 6:14. Developing this morning, California is now set to get a refund of almost $250 million thanks to the delayed delivery of protective masks ordered from China. A spokesperson for the state says the order of N95 masks failed to meet an April 30th deadline to receive federal certification. The state disclosed information on that refund when it released a contract worth nearly $1 billion. The company responsible for making the masks now has until May 31st to meet the deadline, or they will be forced to refund California's upfront payment.
After being criticized, some public companies are vowing to return the money they received from the government's small business relief package. Analytics company Fact Squared says at least 42 companies will return more than $337 million. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin is threatening criminal prosecution, saying the program was meant for small businesses.
The coronavirus pandemic is pushing up prices for all kinds of things right now. It's also doing the same on the black market. Reuters reports that increased border controls, lockdowns, and flight shortages are making illegal drugs more expensive and harder to come by. According to the United Nations, there is some evidence that these shortages are not just because of travel restrictions, but also due to a shortage of workers. There's also a shortage of gasoline, which is used to make the drug. Amazon and several other online retailers are spending millions of dollars on ads asking for a bailout for the United States Postal Service. The New York Times reports that Amazon, CVS, and other companies involved in the ad campaign rely on the Postal Service to deliver millions of packages a year and fear that disruptions to their services, they fear that their services are going to be disrupted if the USPS is going to file for bankruptcy. The coalition of retailers says they plan to spend more than $2 million on ads in an attempt to push Republicans toward backing a proposed bailout from Democrats.
Frontier Airlines is reversing its decision to charge passengers extra to sit next to an empty seat. This after the company was accused of trying to profit off of the pandemic. The company's CEO says that was never their intent, and they were simply trying to provide customers an option for extra space. The airline says they will rescind the extra fee and now block middle seats on flights for free. Charges for the service were originally set at a starting price of $39. Uber says it's cutting almost 4,000 full-time roles, or about 14% of its staff. Uber's customer support and recruiting teams will be affected. The layoffs are in response to the reduced volume of ride requests and the company's hiring freeze. Uber CEO says he will also waive his base salary for the rest of the year. Last week, rival Lyft said it would be cutting 1,000 staffers and furloughing hundreds more as it also grapples with the impact of this pandemic.
6:17 on the nose this morning. We've got your frosty facts today. And it feels kind of weird to be talking about this late in the season, but we're actually right around average.
We are. Typically, we see the last frost, Joss, in the first week of May, right around May 8th. So we're right on track there. What's a little abnormal, though, is our freezing conditions. We're talking temperatures dropping into the 20s. So it's a little late in the season season for those cold conditions. Here's a look at the frost advisories that are in effect this morning until 7 o'clock for our far northern viewing areas. Most of the region in the 40s, but we are starting to see some more 30s on the map. In the Dells, it's been steadily dropping over the last couple of hours. You're down to 37 now, 39 in Lone Rock and Prairie du Chien, still 44 here in Madison. Our temperatures over the next 12 hours will quickly climb through the 40s this morning. We have lots of sunshine early on, some more clouds moving in later on with a high of 62 degrees. Our winds today still light from the northwest. Coming up, we'll talk more about that chance for some rain for the weekend.
Hattie, thank you. I'm following breaking news into the Alert Center in just the last half hour. UW System President Ray Cross is ordering campuses to identify programs that are worth saving and telling staff to prepare for layoffs. Now, this move comes as a reaction to the economic fallout of the coronavirus pandemic. Cross is asking campuses to evaluate programs by cost and whether they're in high demand or offered at other campuses. He's asking these evaluations be completed by January, and system officials will ultimately decide which programs will be cut. Those cuts would take effect starting in the fall of 2021.
The ACLU is now asking to be involved in a court case challenging the Madison School District's stance on transgender students. The State Journal reports that lawsuit comes from a number of unnamed parents who say the policy denies their right as parents by allowing students to identify their own gender at school. The ACLU of Wisconsin is asking to intervene in the case on behalf of 3 Madison high school groups. One Milwaukee teacher is about to get a special shout out from Chance the Rapper. The Journal-Sentinel reports a yet-to-be-named teacher from Milwaukee will be honored at the inaugural Twilight Awards tonight. The awards will honor 10 teachers across the country. Chance the Rapper will be hosting the ceremony on his own Facebook page. That starts at 7 this evening.
That's pretty cool.
It is.
Here's something else cool. We're happy to announce that News 3 Now will be partnering up with the Madison Metropolitan School District to give the class of 2020 a graduation to remember. The district canceled the in-person ceremony but decided to hold televised commencements instead. So on June 12th and 13th, we, right here on News 3 Now, will air 4 one-hour-long graduations, one for each Madison high school, and another half-hour special for Capital and Shabazz high schools during prime time. The ceremonies will also be aired on channel3000.com.
I am so glad we're all stepping up and doing what we can to honor the class of 2020. I can't imagine what it would be like not being able to cross the stage.
I know they've worked so hard to get to this point.
Right.
Not being able to, walk in like a traditional, in-person graduation. This is, here's at least something for you.
We're very proud of that partnership.
Yeah.
Making it work. All right, 6:20 right now on a Thursday morning, and just ahead, we've got the winners for our Safe at Home Grill Off Challenge.
And testing positive for the coronavirus could prevent you from joining the military in the future. We'll have more on that coming up in the next half hour.
It is 6:20. Thanks so much for spending your morning with us. We are back after a quick break.
Top-notch teachers, only on News 3 Now.
Kopke's Greenhouse is open and here for you, even during these difficult times. Shop our expansive facility for veggies, herbs, flowers, houseplants, and much more. Kopke's Greenhouse. Stay healthy, stay green.
Needed Relief Day Spa and Wellness is a place to relax, be pampered, and revitalize your life. While we're temporarily closed, you can still purchase Needed Relief instant gift cards online. The perfect Mother's Day gift that she or anyone will cherish when we reopen.
It's exactly what I needed.
From our family to yours, we want to encourage you to keep going. Keep protecting what's most important. Keep hopeful in the face of all this. Keep believing. Keep being strong. Keep supporting the people on the front line. Keep staying together while staying apart. Keep being fearless. And most of all, keep dreaming. American Family Insurance is mailing our personal auto insurance customers a premium relief payment to help them keep going. We'll keep being here when you need us.
The world may be shut down, but Mother Nature won't wait. Normal wear and tear on your home won't wait either. So if you need a home improvement, we're here to help. With exclusive offers to save you money on roofing, siding, windows, gutters, and design services, all with zero down, 0% interest, and no monthly payments for 6 months. Plus free virtual consultations from the comfort and safety of your own home. Visit fryconstruction.com for exclusive money-saving offers and contact us today.
Coming together makes us stronger, and Ford is built to lend a hand. Contact your Ford dealer, an essential part of your community, to find out more about home delivery and other vehicle service options. After all, you have a lot to take care of. Let us help take care of you. Find out more at Ford.com. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 72 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2020 Ford models.
RHD Plumbing has the most reliable professionals in the industry. With honesty you can trust to deliver quality products and workmanship, dedicated to being the best. RHD Plumbing now offers complete bathroom and kitchen remodeling, the best plumbers, and everything else you need to finish your dream project. For your home or business, get the job done right the first time with no surprises with the reliable, honest, and dedicated plumbing professionals of RHD Plumbing, proud partner of the Green Bay Packers. Kopke's greenhouse is open and here for you, even during these difficult times. Shop our expansive facility for veggies, herbs, flowers, houseplants, and much more. Kopke's greenhouse. Stay healthy, stay green.
6:23 on a Thursday morning, and it's time to take a look at some of our entries for yesterday's Safe at Home Challenge.
We asked all you grill masters to show off your skills on the grill. Here are a couple of our favorites.
That's right. Our first runner-up, why grill turkey legs when you can just grill the whole bird? Wow.
It's a really good-looking bird there, too.
You'll be eating for days.
Thanksgiving in May. Another runner-up this morning. Take a peek at this. We may have a wing king on our hands. The setup is definitely getting us hungry at 6:24 in the morning. Boy, that's a meal for the entire family.
Those are some huge wings.
Oh, yeah.
And here's the winner. Some good old-fashioned brats right here. Got some jalapeno cheddar brats on the left, and then some plain on the right. Extra points for grilling up a bunch of veggies. Well done. Yeah, you got some asparagus, mushrooms, pepper, onions in there as well.
It's got me in the mood for a little tailgate.
Oh, always a good time to tailgate.
I need an address. I'm coming over.
Hey, congrats to the winner. You're going to get a gift card to a local business.
And now here's tomorrow's challenge. We are keeping up with the food theme this week. Let's see what you're having for breakfast this morning.
I am all in on this one. Breakfast is my favorite meal. And of course, breakfast for dinner counts. That means just head to our website, channel3000.com/safe at home to send in your submissions. This is going to be an interesting one because everyone has such a different breakfast. Some people keep it simple and some people go all out. So I'm looking forward to this one.
Very true. Hey, if you're making breakfast right now, Hads, take a peek at that sunrise, huh?
Yeah, maybe you can take the breakfast outside this morning as well. Not a bad day to enjoy the coffee on the front porch. Here's a live look from Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville. Skies are clear. Sun is up this morning. It's not terribly cold in most spots, although there is that frost advisory for Juneau and Adams County until 7 o'clock this morning for just another half an hour or so. Temperatures in Camp Douglas right around 32. 37 in the Dells, though, but it does jump to the 40s for the rest of southern Wisconsin. Our day planner temperatures have us climbing through the 50s, in fact, into the upper 50s by lunchtime today. Our sunshine is going to give way to more clouds for the afternoon, but high temperatures should still be in the low 60s today. Enjoy that warmth that is going to cool down as we head into the upcoming weekend. Here's a look at that rain chance coming in late Saturday night into Sunday, Mother's Day. Sorry, moms, we still have that chance for rain in the forecast on Sunday with a lot of clouds.
All right, thanks, Hattie. We'll be right back. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Don't miss Customer Appreciation Days this Friday and Saturday at Hy-Vee. Get $10 off when you spend $150 and use your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Plus Perks card. That's $10 off when you spend $150 and use your card this Friday and Saturday, only at Hy-Vee.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Just like you, I had problems sleeping. I tried every pillow out there and nothing worked. 15 years ago, I invented MyPillow. It took me 2 years to develop because I wanted to have everything you would ever want in a pillow. I made sure that you could adjust my patented fill so you could have the exact support you need as an individual, regardless of your sleep position. I also wanted a pillow that would last, so I made MyPillow machine washable and dryable. I backed MyPillow with a 10-year warranty and a 60 60-day money-back guarantee. Not only that, I do all my own manufacturing in my home state of Minnesota.
I really like the fact that it was made in the USA. I think that USA products are a better quality product. I've tried a lot of other pillows, and nothing's worked like my pillow.
I'm interrupting this commercial right now to give you deep discounts, not just on my pillows, but also my mattress toppers, sheets, and so much more. For example, you can get body pillows regularly $89.99, now only $29.99, or My Pillow dog beds for as low as $19.99 with your promo code.
I used to think that sheets were just sheets. I got the Giza Dream sheets. They are the most comfortable sheets I've ever had.
The Go Anywhere pillow is so easy to just roll up and take anywhere I want to go.
Go Anywhere pillow is really comfortable, so that's what I really like. It's nice and supportive, and it's nice and small.
The My Pillow topper, for the first time, has enabled me to have a cool night's sleep. I'm able to go to bed and just get rest.
That's 3 inches of wonderful that's in the My Pillow mattress topper. It's just like a firm cloud.
My Pillow helps me get a good night's sleep so I can do my job in the morning.
Go to MyPillow.com to get deep discounts, not just on my pillows, but so much more. For example, you get body pillows regularly $89.99, now only $29.99, or My Pillow dog beds for as low as $19.99 with your promo code.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Americans have been cutting the lawn for hundreds of years, but with TurfBot, the future of mowing is now. Our quiet, all-electric robotic mowers work around the clock to keep your lawn trimmed 24/7. That means less time spent mowing and more time spent enjoying. Equipped with LED headlights, auto-stop sensors, and anti-theft GPS devices, our mowers run safely with no supervision. Come home to a freshly mowed lawn every day for as little as $30 a week. Call today and get free installation when you sign up. TurfBot, on the cutting edge.
Don't miss Customer Appreciation Days this Friday and Saturday at Hy-Vee. Get $10 off when you spend $150 and use your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Plus Perks card. That's $10 off when you spend $150 and use your card. This Friday and Saturday, only at Hy-Vee.
Right now, bucking the trend, the southern Wisconsin county where coronavirus cases are rapidly rising.
And we have mild conditions in our forecast today, but we're talking frost going forward. I'll tell you how cold it's going to get in just a few minutes.
This is News 3 Now This Morning.
And a good Thursday morning to you. It is May 7th. I'm Chris Stanford alongside Leah Linscheid and Josh Sprider. And we do start with some promising news this morning. The percentage of confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Wisconsin is down for a third day in a row. Here's the latest from the DHS. 8% of tests came back positive yesterday. That's down from 9% Tuesday, 10% Monday, and 11% Sunday. Now, you can see the downward trend on the graph right here. It's the dashed orange line right there in the middle. Now, we'll need to see that line trend down for at least 11 more days before the state can start reopening. Now, as the percent of confirmed cases decreases, the number of cases in one county in particular is growing quickly and gaining national attention. The New York Times has the Janesville-Beloit area listed as the 9th fastest spreading community in America. Cases there double every 8 days and have a daily growth rate of 9%. Now, this comes after 92 people in the county tested positive after an outbreak at Birdseye Foods in Darien.
Could have been as simple as something as in the break room. They didn't have, people sitting 6 feet apart. Time clocks, standing by the time clock to punch out if you weren't 6 feet away from each other.
The Wisconsin National Guard will now test 800 people, both workers and their families, at the plant. It was shut down at the end of April.
Wisconsin is getting a bad grade for social distancing this morning. Take a look at Unicast's social distancing scoreboard for our state. It takes a look at GPS location data to measure how much less folks are moving around during the pandemic. Wisconsin's average here is a D when it comes to reducing our travel, specifically when it comes to those non-essential trips. Now, breaking this down by county, Dane County has a C. We could use a little bit of improvement when it comes to being around big groups of people in public. Meanwhile, folks in Rock County getting a failing grade this morning. People there are still largely going out for those non-essential trips, traveling, and they're also hanging out in big groups. Things have changed for us over a period of about 2 months. Back on March 25th, Wisconsin had a B+ as a whole. Dane County was at an A. Rock County had a C.
None of the 43 states easing stay-at-home restrictions are meeting all of the White House's reopening guidelines. The research from Johns Hopkins is based on the 4 criteria from the Trump administration. That includes seeing the number of cases decline for 2 weeks, having enough capacity to do contact tracing on all new cases. There are also 1.2 million confirmed cases now of COVID in the U.S. and more than 73,000 deaths.
Nursing homes are a growing hotspot for the virus, accounting for about 11,000 of those deaths, and they're now asking the federal government for some help. The Nursing Home Association wants the government to allocate $10 billion in relief funding from the CARES Act. NPR reports that money would be used for personal protective equipment, salaries for expanded staff, and hazard pay. There's also a new tool out there for you to check how local nursing homes are handling the pandemic. ProPublica has launched the Nursing Home Inspect tool. It uses data from the U.S. Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. You can compare nursing homes here in Wisconsin and see their latest COVID-19 numbers. At least 364 homes across the state have had to pay fines for quality issues. At least 29% have had at least one serious deficiency.
I'm following an update to breaking news just into the newsroom moments ago. At least 11 people are now dead and more than 1,000 are sick after a chemical gas leak in southern India. A local official says a chemical leaked from an LG battery plant early this morning while families in the surrounding villages were asleep. People within a nearly 2-mile radius are at risk. Take a look at this new video just into the alert center this half hour. Workers in that area rushed to help victims. We're told many seem disoriented. The plant was recently opened after India relaxed its nationwide coronavirus lockdown. That leak is now under control.
Resorts in the Dells are planning ahead to welcome customers back safely once they've been given the green light to reopen. Parks say that they'll open in phases, starting at 25% of health code capacity. All staff would need PPE and follow social distancing guidelines, and resorts would use new disinfecting and sanitizing treatments in all rooms. Joe Eck, he runs the Wilderness Resort in the Dells. He says the bottom line is vacations are a choice, and if people choose to come visit us, we're ready.
6:34 right now. Check of your weather. I feel like I need the sunglasses and I should be taking in all that heat before tomorrow.
Yes, definitely soak it up today because we do have cooler temperatures on the way. Nice shot, not a cloud in the sky this morning. Sun is up, skies are clear, and temperatures are a little chilly in some spots. Take a look at the frost advisory. Still in effect until 7 o'clock for Juneau and Adams counties. It is a little bit milder across the rest of the region. This is what we're talking about. 44 here in Madison, 45 in Watertown, as well as Janesville. Does drop into the 30s, though, as you get north of Dane County this morning, with 37 in the Dells. We do have an alert day in the forecast for Saturday morning. This is where we're expecting a widespread frost across the area, and with temperatures falling into the 20s, there could definitely be some freezing conditions as well. Now, no freeze watches in effect just yet for southern Wisconsin. The National Weather Service said they are contemplating issuing those advisories later on today, but the National Weather Services that cover northern Illinois, parts of Iowa, have already gone ahead and issued that freeze watch. Again, that's for Friday night into Saturday morning. Weather track showing you a big hole in the clouds across Wisconsin, so we'll have sunshine this morning. There are some clouds developing off to the west, even a few sprinkles trying to form under those clouds across Minnesota and parts of Iowa. We're likely going to stay dry here for most of Wisconsin today. Take a look by lunchtime, some of those clouds working their way into the region from the west, but the bulk of the precipitation from this particular system is going to stay to our west and south over the next 24 hours. Always an exception, though. There may be a few stray showers that clip southwestern Wisconsin later on this evening. Otherwise, skies clear overnight, and that sets us up for a chilly start tomorrow. How cold? 32 is our overnight low. So if you have sensitive plants, you're going to want to protect them tonight and then keep those procedures in place through the weekend right into the start of next week. We have temperatures that will stay in the 30s for overnight lows right into Tuesday night. So several nights where we have the potential for frost, if not freezing conditions.
All right, Hattie, thank you very much. 6:36 now. People who have been hospitalized with COVID-19 could be banned from joining the military. The Pentagon is also worried about the virus impacting its ability to deploy troops. The rule is being considered because of how little is known about the long-term effects of the virus. Recruits who have had coronavirus would be able to apply for waivers, allowing them to join the service if the policy does go into effect. More local news now. Madison College is one of the best military-friendly colleges in the entire country. That's according to GI Jobs magazine. It released its annual list of top schools, and Madison College ranks 3rd in the large community colleges category. It's the highest ranking of any college or university. The college has more than 600 student veterans. And an update now. Overnight from the White House, President Trump is vetoing the Iran powers resolution, calling it an insult. The legislation would have required his administration to get clearance from Congress before using military force against Iran. The bill was introduced earlier this year after the president ordered a strike to kill Iranian commander Qasem Soleimani.
6:37 right now. There's a new poll out this morning that shows how many sports fans are ready for games without the fans. ESPN surveyed 1,000 people and found 65% would watch sports without fans in the stands. That number rose to 76% if athletes were kept in hotels and contact with others was closely monitored. I think a lot of fans are that desperate for sports right now that they would watch no matter what.
Desperate for entertainment at this point. We're all going a little stir crazy.
Agreed. So a lot of leagues are weighing this decision too. The NFL is going to actually release its season schedule today, even though it's unclear if the season is going to happen or not, or if it will start on time. The league plans to gradually reopen team facilities as long as local and state governments agree. They'll have a limited number of non-player personnel in first and then bring back the players. Each employee who goes back will have to be tested for coronavirus. College football facing a similar uncertainty, but the leader at one Big Ten school says that he expects students and football to be back this fall. Purdue President Mitch Daniels says that he expects everyone to be back in typical numbers. No other school has said as much.
Packers legend Brett Favre will repay the $1.1 million in welfare money that he got for speaking engagements he never went to. An audit shows a handful of Mississippi nonprofits gave that money to Favre when it was intended to go to those in need. The former quarterback isn't accused of any wrongdoing here, since there are no records he knew where the money came from or what it was meant for. He tweeted overnight, reiterating he had no idea where that money was coming from. He also tweeted that he's helped donate nearly $10 million over the years to kids in need in both Mississippi and Wisconsin. He says he would never do anything to take away from the very same kids he's fought to help. Meanwhile, 6 people are facing criminal charges related to this scheme. All have pleaded not guilty.
How about some great video? A father in Georgia watching his son hit his very first over-the-fence home run, and the reaction by dad is priceless. Aww. That's Corey Willig. He's actually a former professional baseball player, and he just loses it watching his son's first homer. The two celebrated it longer than it took the 4-year-old to circle the bases. Now, Asher, the boy here, is not new to the spotlight. You may remember him from a segment on the Jimmy Fallon Show. He was in a hitting contest with Alex Rodriguez.
Does this make you want to get the girls out to the diamond?
I hope that I have the same kind of reaction when one of my girls finally makes great contact with a golf ball. I want to teach them how to golf.
Okay.
The first time they connect with one, I'm going to go just ballistic.
Josh is more of a hockey guy.
I'm all about hockey, yeah. But golfing too, hey, you got to be able to hit the ball forward, right?
Yeah, that kid's got a bright future.
He does.
That's awesome video there. All right, let's take a look at your traffic now. 6:40 on a Thursday morning. We start with a view of southern Wisconsin right now. No crashes to report as we zoom into Madison this morning. Just the usual delays popping up near downtown and along Stoughton Road. Shouldn't have any issues as you head out the door this morning. 6:40 is your time right now. Let's take a live look outside. Beautiful start to this Thursday out there. Look at the sunshine. That's enough to make you smile out there, and you're going to want to take it in. Hattie's talking about some cooler temperatures coming up in her first warn forecast.
And we are bringing you to a hospital in the Bronx where the staff there are celebrating a pretty major milestone. You're going to want to catch that next on News 3 Now this morning.
Junk Garden Centers are open to help you start the growing season. For a limited time, get a free bag of raised bed mix with the purchase of 2. Shop now at all 5 Junk Garden Center locations. Get your growing season off to a safe and healthy start with Junk Garden Center.
Now I get to make a difference in people's lives the way that the nurses that took care of my grandma made a difference in her life.
Now is the time to change your life. Herzing University makes it possible without leaving home. Herzing offers dozens of online degrees in nursing, healthcare, IT, and business. Start studying online and take the first step toward a new career.
I'm an ICU nurse.
I'm possible at Herzing.
We asked real customers what they really love about Spectrum Internet and TV.
Spectrum Internet has the fastest speeds for everything I do.
There is no turning wheel. It's immediate.
Spectrum's the fastest. Bam.
Get the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance with Spectrum Internet, delivering starting speeds of 200 megabits. That's more than enough for all your devices for $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
I can't get over how much on-demand Spectrum has. I can literally watch a new movie every night.
I got all my shows, and he's got all his shows.
With the Spectrum TV app, I can watch live TV anywhere. It's perfect.
Add Spectrum TV and enjoy more free HD and more free on demand. Plus, use the Spectrum TV app to watch live TV on the go. All from $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
The fact that they don't have contracts, that says a lot about their service.
Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. Install Spectrum services yourself. Get a self-installation kit shipped right to your home. Call 833-906-4499.
In these uncertain times, it has never been more important to maintain a clean home or business. We are prepared to get your space back to clean and healthy again. We've added a new EPA-registered cleaner that disinfects hard surfaces and deep cleans carpet, rugs, and upholstery. Remember, we disinfect our equipment after every job and disinfect our vehicles daily. We believe in doing things the right way. That's why we've been your trusted partner in clean for over 70 years.
Junk Garden Centers are open to help you start the growing season. For a limited time, get a free bag of raised bed mix with the purchase of 2. Shop now at all 5 Junk Garden Center locations. Get your growing season off to a safe and healthy start with Junk Garden Center.
We know you're worried about keeping your family healthy right now. We're all craving sunnier skies and warmer temperatures. But as we move into spring, you should know our First Warn Weather Team is preparing to keep your family safe during severe weather season. We're ready, armed with the latest First Warn technology and an experienced team of meteorologists. So focus on your family. Your First Warn team has the weather covered, on air, online, and on your phone.
Trust the weather leaders. The First Warn Weather Team on News 3 Now at Channel 3000.
6:44 on your Thursday. A hospital in the Bronx is celebrating a major milestone.
It is something we love to see. Staff at the Montefiore Hospital got to send home their 5,000th COVID-19 patient. Take a look.
That's Humberto Herrera Venegas right there. He's from Yonkers. The 55-year-old was in the ICU for 21 days. He stayed in the hospital to recover for another 20. He says the first thing he wants to do when he gets home is hug his wife and children.
Love this story. Kind of gives you something bright to focus on in the midst of all of these really rather negative numbers.
I would imagine that it gives the healthcare workers there something to rally around, you know, a goal to maintain, like something to reach, to recharge the batteries and to keep fighting.
Yeah, a reminder that there is still hope. Well, we want to thank all the people in our community making a difference during this time of uncertainty as well.
Today we are thanking Bree and Lacey. Check them out. They're nurses here at UW Health. The person who submitted this photo wanted to thank them for being there for others during this pandemic. Bree and Lacey, thank you very much for all of your hard work for us.
All right, Hattie, we have a hard freeze in the forecast. What's the timing?
We do, and that timing is a little bit later on. We don't have to worry about that this morning. Skies are clear. We have sunshine and temperatures that should warm pretty quickly today. Take a look at our forecast for the day. It does include a frost advisory for our far northern viewing areas just until 7 o'clock this morning. That's where temperatures are in the 30s. Starting to warm already in the Dells, though, back up to 41. We're still at 44 here in Madison. It's 40 in Platteville. Winds are light this morning from the northwest, around 5 to 10 miles per hour. They'll stay pretty light through the day as high temperatures climb to 62. Sunshine early on is going to give way to more clouds a little bit later on. We do have that freeze potential coming up in the forecast. We're talking heading into the weekend. Temperatures getting down into the 20s. I'll have more details in just a few minutes.
All right, Hattie, thank you very much. Coming up in the morning sprint, developing details on the killing of a jogger in Georgia.
But first, it is May 7th, and we want to say happy birthday to Collins and all the other kids turning 3 today. Thanks for celebrating with News 3 Now this morning. We'll be right back.
Get the facts with Reality Check, only on News 3 Now.
For almost 50 years, we've built trust within our communities by making customer delight our top priority. That trust allows us to improve lives one home at a time. During this challenging time, we want to make sure your needs are being met without stress by offering 2-for-1 windows with no interest and no payments for 1 year. So go ahead, visit us online, or call now from the comfort of home.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Wow, you ready?
Yeah, let me just grab my wallet.
Uh-oh, I've seen this before. Wallet way too big, skinny jeans too skinny.
I'll just carry it.
Before you break something, you should know you don't actually need a wallet. With BMO Harris, you can just take cash out with your phone. Or if you need to, you can pay them with Zelle. That works? Yeah. You're stuck, aren't you? Smile. Woo! Those jeans are way too tight.
That feeling you get when no wallet is no big deal. That's the BMO effect.
Spring is in the air. The birds are back, the days are warmer, and spring blossoms are starting to pop. Beautiful, colorful, delicate flowers. This spring, let the outdoor living experts at the Bruce Company help you bring this season to life. Colorful plants, stylish garden art, and the latest trends in outdoor furniture. The Bruce Company has everything you need to start your spring off right. So what's your dream this spring? Find it at the Bruce Company on Parmenter Street in Middleton, your outdoor living experts.
From our family to yours, we want to encourage you to keep going. Keep protecting what's most important. Keep hopeful in the face of all this. Keep believing. Keep being strong. Keep supporting the people on the front line. Keep staying together while staying apart. Keep being fearless. And most of all, keep dreaming. American Family Insurance is mailing our personal auto insurance customers a premium relief payment to help them keep going. We'll keep being here when you need us.
In this challenging time, Wisconsin's dairy farmers remain committed to your well-being.
We're still in the barns every day, producing real, nutritious milk for your table, and products like cheese, yogurt, butter, ice cream, and more.
We're all in this together, and our passion for feeding Wisconsin's communities is stronger than ever.
We're back.
When you can't dine in, then get it to go and support our restaurants during Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week to Go. 2 weeks of fabulous to-go menus you'll love. Visit madisonmagazine.com for details and menus. Restaurant Week to Go, presented by Kesnick's. Food service design, equipment, and supplies.
I guess there is still cleanup to do.
Go to Amazon.com skills to enable Channel 3000 news briefs.
Coming up on 6:50, time for the morning spread.
And we start with some promising news here. The percentage of confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Wisconsin is down for the third day in a row. This is the latest from the DHS. 8% of tests came back positive yesterday, down from 9% Tuesday, 10% Monday, and 11% Sunday. We'll need to see this downward trend continue for at least 11 more days, though, before the state can start reopening.
As the percentage of confirmed cases decreases, the number of cases in one county is growing quickly and gaining national attention. The New York Times has the Janesville-Beloit area listed as the 9th fastest spreading community in America. Cases there double every 8 days and have a daily growth rate of 9%. This comes after 92 people in the county tested positive after an outbreak at Birdseye Foods in Darien.
Wisconsin is getting a bad grade for social distancing. Take a look at Unicast social distancing scoreboard for our state. It looks at GPS location data to measure how much less folks are moving around during the pandemic. And as a state, Wisconsin has a D, only reducing our average distance traveled by 25 to 40%. We also have less than a 55% reduction in non-essential visits.
Breaking that data down by county now, Dane County has a C. Folks here are doing well with limiting non-essential visits, but we could use some improvement when it comes to being around groups of people in public. Meanwhile, folks in Rock County getting a failing grade. People there are still largely going out for non-essential trips, traveling, and they're also hanging out in big groups. Things have changed over the period of the last 2 months. Back on March 25th, Wisconsin had a B+ as a whole. Dane County had an A, Rock County had a C.
And none of the 43 states easing stay-at-home restrictions are meeting all of the White House's reopening guidelines. The research from Johns Hopkins is based on the 4 criteria from the Trump administration. That includes seeing the number of cases decline for 2 weeks and having enough capacity to do contact tracing on all new cases.
President Trump is keeping his coronavirus task force intact for now. This is a reversal from just a day ago when the president said he would replace it with a group more focused on the economy. He says he didn't realize how popular the task force is and wants the group to adopt a new focus on finding a vaccine.
Nursing homes are a growing hotspot for COVID-19 right now, accounting for about 11,000 deaths. And they're now asking for the federal government to step in and help. The Nursing Home Association wants the government to allocate $10 billion in relief funding from the CARES Act. NPR reports the money would be used for personal protective equipment, salaries for expanded staff, and hazard pay.
Breaking this morning, at least 11 people are dead and more than 1,000 sick after a chemical gas leak in southern India. A local official says a chemical leaked from an LG Chemical battery plant early this morning while families in the surrounding villages were asleep. People within a nearly 2-mile radius are at risk. The plant was recently reopened after India relaxed its nationwide coronavirus lockdown. That leak is now under control. Developing right now, the parents of a black man chased and allegedly killed by 2 white men while he was out for a run are calling for immediate arrests. Public outcry over the February 23rd shooting of Ahmaud Arbery is intensifying this morning after cell phone video supposedly showing the killing was posted online. The men who killed Arbery told police they thought he committed a recent burglary. No charges or arrests have been made in the 2 months since the killing in Georgia.
The state of Missouri will ask for the death penalty for a man accused of killing 2 brothers from Wisconsin. Garland Nelson is accused of killing Nick and Justin DeMel. The Shawano County brothers disappeared after visiting Nelson's farm to collect a $250,000 debt. Their remains were found spread out in Missouri and Nebraska. Nelson pleaded not guilty on Monday.
Still no arrests in the homicide in the town of Madison from this week. Antonio Shaw, the victim, worked as a caretaker for a group home on Badger Lane in the city of Madison. Police say he was found lying by a car across the street in the town of Madison. The police chief doesn't believe anyone in the home or neighborhood are in specific danger. He is asking anyone with security footage to send it in to help with the investigation.
We have breaking news just into the newsroom within the last hour. President Ray Cross says schools in the UW system should identify which programs are worth saving as the system continues to feel the effects of the pandemic. He's asking for those reports to be done by January. From there, system officials will decide which courses will stay and which will have to be cut.
Packers legend Brett Favre will repay the $1.1 million in welfare money he got for speaking engagements he never went to. An audit shows a handful of Mississippi nonprofits gave that money to Favre when it was intended to go to those in need. There are no records that Favre knew where the money came from or what it was meant for. He tweeted overnight, reiterating he had no idea where that money was supposed to be going.
A new poll out this morning shows us how much of America is ready for sports to return without fans. ESPN did a survey of 1,000 people and found that 65% would watch sports without fans in the stands. That number rose to 76% if athletes were kept in hotels and contact with others was closely monitored.
The NFL will release its season schedule today, even though the fate of its season is still up in the air. The league says it does plan to gradually reopen team facilities, as long as local and state governments allow it. Each employee who goes back to work would also have to take a coronavirus test.
6:55, let's take a look at the roads this morning. We start with a look at Madison and Dane County. No crashes or delays to report. There was an earlier crash near Sun Prairie that has since been cleared. Dropping on the Beltline from the interstate all the way to Park Street and over to University Avenue should be in the clear this morning. That's your First Warn traffic.
And your First Warn weather forecast shows you temperatures climbing to highs in the lower 60s this afternoon. We will have plenty of sunshine this morning, but more clouds moving in for the second part of the day. An alert day is still in the forecast for Saturday morning. The National Weather Service offices that cover southern Wisconsin will discuss which headlines to issue later on this morning for those freezing conditions. Overnight lows Friday night and Saturday morning will drop into the upper 20s, and then we'll stick with lows in the 30s right through the first part of next week. Temperatures do start to moderate, though, by the end of the week with warmer air moving back into the region.
All right, Hattie, thank you, and thanks for joining us this morning. Stay with CBS this morning for the latest jobs report. They'll bring us that update in a special report around 8:30. In the meantime, make it a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning.